Hey everyone, it's Jake Bartels and I have my dog Ellie with me. I have Ellie out today because she was one of the first dogs I trained, and as I help more and more people become better trainers, I try and never forget what it was like when I was training one of my first dogs. One of the important tools I started using early on was preparing for my training sessions, and a process I kind of went through in preparing for my training sessions. So one is the prep work prior to the training session and evaluation afterwards. So first, I always tried to set a goal for myself. What was it that I was trying to accomplish in that given training session? Whether it was a trained retrieve session, an introduction to birds, steadiness, blind retrieves, anything, I always set a goal for myself. I wanted to get my dog to a little bit higher level than it was the day before. And a big part of that is understanding where you are in each process and understanding what the previous steps you just did were and what the next steps are, so you can recognize when you're ready to move forward or if you have to move backwards. So one of the tools I tried to always use for that was to visualize what success or failure might look like when I go out to complete that training session. So for example, if I'm doing a steadiness and I think I have my steadiness, my yard work really solid, my steadiness good in the backyard, and I'm starting to head out to the field, what success or failure might look like. In an ideal world, success is going to look like my dog goes on point, I kick the bird up, they stay there rock solid, we're able to shoot the bird, still stay there rock solid until I tap them on the head and they go make the retrieve. Failure may look like, the bird goes up and the dog chases after. As a trainer, I need to be prepared for both of those scenarios with what my reaction is going to be. Also, I always think it's important to recognize when something went so wrong that you don't exactly know how to react. I often see this happen with people on their first dog they're training. Same example, you go out there to do some steadiness in the field and your dog doesn't even point. It rushes in on the bird and you have to pop it. You can be flustered in a moment like that where things are going so far from the plan you had that it's important just to recognize to stop everything, take your dog back to the truck, reevaluate, figure out a game plan. Stopping a session halfway through because things are going a little bit wrong or in a way you didn't anticipate is much better than going down a road where you're not prepared and you now take a single behavior and repeat it 2 or 3 times with that dog. After each session, I like to reflect back on how things went. What went right, what went wrong, what my plan would be to do something different, why did things go right or wrong, and already start to revise my plan for my next training session. So hope that helps you in how you can go about planning a training session, executing a training session. We're also trying to open up, bringing in questions from anybody listening. So if you want to message your question in, myself or someone else will try and directly answer those questions. I hope that's helpful, and we'll see you again soon.